Do you know that business success is actually something that you can guarantee? Business success is guaranteeable if you apply certain principles. Most people don't know this. Most people do not know that business success is guaranteed. Let me explain you in this video. Very often we hear the story, might be a true story as well, that 95 to 97% of businesses fail. They just fail, they disappear, nothing happened, no product, no service, no money anymore, collapse, boom, gone, done. Does it have to be like that? Well, let's understand that the marketplace changes, right? What people wanted yesterday might not be the thing that they want in the future. Thank goodness, okay? Like there's no horse and carriages. There's no demand for that these days. If you go back in time and see the products that people were willing to stand in line for days, okay, or hours or whatever it is, in order for them to buy it, like for example, a horse and carriage, very useful in the past, not so much anymore, right? Unless that's your hobby, or Star Wars tickets. I remember when I was a young kid and I saw like for days they were standing outside of the Coliseum in Norway just to buy tickets, okay? Just to see the movie. Like, no, that doesn't happen anymore, does it? I haven't seen it. Have you? So you got to understand that, products change over time and we've got to respect the marketplace. So I understand that aspect of things going out of business. Star Wars has not gone out of business, by the way. They're still making a lot of money. But just so you understand how this works, one of the principles that are needed is constant evolution of a business. You can't just remain the same and have the same product and service forever, because eventually you're gonna have competition. It's gonna evolve. People will think better about a specific product and they're gonna compete against you, and then maybe you go out of business because you didn't continuously evolve. So it's one of the principles is that you need to continuously evolve to know what the marketplace desires at any given time. Okay, that's one of the principles. So if we just get that one out of the way, let's just understand why a business fails in the first place, except for that one that we just discussed. Number one, it is the only reason. Do not come to me and say that cash flow is the biggest reason why businesses fail, because it's not. The biggest reason businesses fail is because they didn't get started in the first place. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. A lot of times when people start a business, they start to build the website, or they start to build a course, or they start to build something that they think the marketplace wants, and they have no idea if the marketplace wants it or not. And so once they discover that, oh my gosh, this is a little bit harder than I thought, they stop. Okay, so the market research should have been done previous to the actually establishment of the business. There's no need to establish a business in the first place if you haven't done the market research that there is demand out there, first of all, okay? So that one goes over to the next one. Not getting started at all is the same thing as lack of work ethic on the founder's behalf. You got to understand that a startup founder of a new business, everything depends on him. Everything depends on him doing the right thing every single day, day in, day out, for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, probably a longer period of time. It actually only takes 6 months if you know that there's demand out there in the marketplace and you do actually put out the work, okay? Exceptions are cars and bigger products that it takes a long time to develop, right? But just in general, products that you can get up and running quite quickly, within 6 months, you should be extremely profitable if you actually put in the work and you were consistent at it for that extended period of time. Business is all about momentum. Big Mo is your big friend. Big Mo is your friend. Whatever. Okay, you get it. The whole point is that if you can put in the work ethic, everything changes. Because work ethic allows you to understand the market demand, the market research, and you've actually now started your business because you're working on it on a continual basis, right? It's the number one ingredient for business success, the 80-hour work week. And most people do not do it. Okay, we're talking 90 to 95% and maybe 97% of people never put in the 80-hour work week in their actual business. Now, obviously, you need to have a job prior to you having your business, but this is usually what happens. You have your full-time job, maybe part-time job, or no job at all, and you just simply don't put in the hours in your business that needs to get done in order for you to develop the momentum over time for you to get profits and for the business to be sustainable. Work ethic. Who would have thought? Okay. If you have problems with your work ethic, make sure you DM me at Instagram or on Telegram at Men of High Value. I can help you with that. That's my expertise. Okay. How to get you to the 80-hour work week. Another thing that would guarantee business success is if you actually got someone with experience alongside you. Right? Like if you're at it by yourself and you're ignorant about all the different processes that need to be in place, you're ignorant about sales, you're ignorant about marketing, you're ignorant about funnel building, you're ignorant about basically everything business, what makes you think that you can actually survive out there in the marketplace? You need people. You need people next to you to help you to keep going, because the ignorance is going to cause you to give up. Lack of business success is simply the founder giving up. He says, I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore. Well, no one's going to do anything if the founder's not doing anything, right? Get a coach. Get a community of entrepreneurs around you. Again, Men of High Value, right? Use us. It's free for 30 days for crying out loud, okay? To get everything going and moving in the right direction towards massive business profits and success. The next thing I need to mention is cash flow, because this is the main reason why people think businesses fail. Now you know all the other reasons, what actually happens. But lack of cash flow. Usually the founder has horrible financial skills or money skills. And why I'm mentioning this is because very often what happens in one's personal life will kind of go and spill over into one's business life. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you are creative, okay, a founder is by definition a creator, right? He's founded something. It's created something. So he is a creative in many aspects. He's probably not going to be an analytic and be a perfectionist about everything, right? And make sure that every dollar is counted and all that stuff. He's just going to spend, take lots of risk, and hope that it works out. And it usually doesn't. Because he thinks that way. It's part of his personality of simply spend and hopefully get massive profits back in the future. If he had the accounting type of mindset, then he would have different problems. He would never sell. He would never have revenue. He would never get the horse out of the driveway, so to speak, because he's always perfectionist, trying to make sure everything's okay and filled with fear. And that would be the thing that stops him from doing the 80-hour work week, because he's operating with everything else that he's supposed to be doing except for sales. But people that actually are creators and actually good founders and actually know that they could sell if they were consistent at it, they usually have money problems. So the cash flow problem inside of the business, it's not because of cash flow problems in the business that was the problem. It's the owner, the founder, that had cash flow problems himself and financial issues that stopped him from thinking correctly about money inside of his business. If he had a coach and listened to his coach, he would actually be able to take care of that. But hey, hindsight 2020 for a lot of y'all, right? Just make sure you never make that mistake again, and make sure you get the help that you need in order for your business to become successful no matter what, long term. And then the last thing that I'm going to mention, obviously there's a lot of other things that might happen in the marketplace and the government and this, that, and the other, right, for why a business might fail. But I'll just mention it in the end here. Not having good relationships with the people that you're working with, right? As a business owner, you have to attract investments, maybe. Not always. The vast majority of the time, you don't have to do that, but a lot of business owners are very focused on, I need funding. You don't need funding. You need money coming in, and then you producing a product that other people want. They give you more money, you produce more product. Like, The funding should be your clients. You don't need funding, okay? It's helpful, it creates more speed, but it's not needed, okay? But if you do need funding and you need investors, you need to have good relationships with those investors, or else they might pull their funding. But you also need good relationships with clients. Maybe you have clients that come back again and again and again and again, and then one time you massively offended them or did something that was completely inappropriate, and they left you forever. That's a problem. And then you've got employees potentially. If you continuously are offending them and causing problems in your team, everything is leadership driven. Like, think about all the times that you've quit something. Why was the reason you quit? It's because of the leader, isn't it? So if the leader is bad, which is you're gonna cause the business to fail. But guess what? If you had actually learned people skills, learned how to work better with people, you could guarantee business success. So if we recap everything now, if I remember everything, first, there needs to be market research done so that we understand that there's a demand for this product and that people are willing to pay for this no matter what, okay? And that you continuously evolve with the marketplace to make sure that you continuously give the people what they want and they'll pay you money for it. The next thing is to actually start the project and put in the work in order for you to make that business successful. Simple as that. During this entire process, you will also need a coach and a community of entrepreneurs that help you to stay on track, that can answer your questions and help you figure out where to hire talent, where to go about with this, that, and the other. There's a lot of things that you need to think about when you start up a business, so being surrounded by like-minded people is a crucial part of it all. In addition to that, the cash flow. Do you understand how money works? Do you understand pay yourself first? Are you applying that to your life? And if you are applying it to your life, you will apply it to your business as well, and so your business will be able to progress. And lastly, and most importantly, people skills. Do you have people skills? Like, seriously having people skills and not doing weird stuff that causes people to be like, what the hell was that? Okay, because that happens all the time in business. Okay, you need to make sure you attract people and then keep attracting them for the long term. If you apply all of these ingredients, why wouldn't 100% of businesses succeed? Okay, last PS, okay, note that I want to mention is, once you've decided on a business model, please fulfill it, please finish it, finish the project, because if there actually is demand out there for the product, if you did your research previously to starting the project, then there are people who need that solution, want that solution, and then just simply, if you don't want anything to do with that business anymore, just sell it or give it over to someone else and retain some percentage in ownership. Don't stop the business. If you have clients, if there's money coming in, that's not smart, right? So if you do it this way, as a result, you can have 100% business success no matter what. You can't say that if you put 10,000 hours in developing a skill that you still will suck. You can't do 10,000 hours of guitar playing and not be amazing at it. In the same way, you can't put 10,000 hours into a business and for that business to just magically fail. Like, how? How could it fail? It's not possible if you apply all of the principles that I just shared in this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.